Hey, what's up guys, Tim Avery here with VisualTestaments. I've got to put some running boards here on my Tacoma. My wife's a little bit shorter than I am. Well, a whole foot shorter than I am. I ordered these iArmor running boards. Hopefully this will fit my Toyota Tacoma 4x4 TRD Sport. It's a 2020 Toyota Tacoma. So say that 17 times fast. Toyota Tacoma, Toyota Tacoma, Toyota Tacoma. And see what you come up with. All right. Anyway, so let's get started. Let's unbox this thing and see what I got in here. All right, here's the contents of this box. Clearly labeled driver's side, passenger side, and some mystery boxes. So let's see what we got here. Well packaged. Pretty well packaged here. It's just got the steps there. Let's see how well this fits on the Tacoma. Got these mystery boxes here. Oh, those are the actual steps. That's cool. So I guess this is like a rail system and the step goes on here somehow. Alright. We got steps on both sides. Okay. I guess this will... I'm trying to see if it's actually marked. It says driver's side or passenger side. Maybe the box says that somewhere. Nope. I guess we'll have to figure that out. Okay, so we know what's in that box. We know what's in the end box. Let's see what's in this box. Looks like some more hardware. Okay, looks like some actual mounting brackets of some sort. Some hardware pieces. It's labeled, but maybe it's just labeled according to the instructions that come with it, which I'm still hunting. Wait. I think I see some instructions at the bottom here. There we go. Okay. I found all the instructions with the nuts and bolts. So let's open this up and see what we got here. Okay, so we got all of our nuts and bolts there, so that's good. It says, I don't know if you can read that or not, but it says BDCK plate for logo area. Okay, maybe there's some logos and stuff we put on. That's fine. All right, and then it's got our instructions here. iArmor Edge. I guess that's the type I got. I ordered that. I am not sponsored by iArmor. I just figured we needed some running boards for my wife. I'm 6'4", but my wife, she's having some problem getting in and out of the truck because it's a little bit too high for her. So that's why we got these. So we decided to go with this brand just to check it out, and I figured, well, might as well go ahead and do an install video on how to do this. So it gives you a parts list to make sure you have everything. I'm gonna make sure I have everything, and then give you some installation here, instructions. So we're gonna go ahead and do that and just follow this step by step, and then that's what we'll do. So I just wanted to kind of show you all these steps, what we're gonna be following here. Step 1, step 2, step 3, step 3, step 4 through 7. It's just 8 steps, which is awesome. Okay, so let's get this set up and get it installed. Okay, let's go through our parts list and make sure we have all of our parts first. All right, okay, so this is PCM, PRM, passenger side, rear mount, center mount. And so we got those. We got our driver side mount there, driver front mount, driver center mount, and driver rear mount. Okay, so center, front, okay, center, rear. Did they give me 2 rear mounts? Oh, I see. Okay. So the rear and center mount are the same.
That's right. He can be taught.
Okay. For each side. And then the driver's side front mount. Okay, yeah, it's completely different. Okay. So the driver's side front mount, that's what that DFM stands for. So this is the driver's side, and so these are my driver's side front, driver's side center and rear mount. So they're both the same, but you use one for the rear and one for the center. Okay. So there's 3 mounts for each side. I've got them both there. And then your passenger side front mount, which is there, and the 2 mount brackets for that. So okay, so let's get this puppy installed and get all my bolts that I need, get those out, and I need my driver's side step bar. So let's get that out and let's get to going on the driver's side. I've got my hardware set out on the driver's side, and I'll show you that in a minute. But before we do that, I'm gonna go through what we need for step 1. It says install the step pads onto the step bars with 32 M6 and 120 bolts. Okay, so I love how clear this is, because sometimes these can get confusing if you don't know exactly what it is that you're looking for, but this clearly tells you, you know, which bolts and stuff like that are to use and how many you have, so that way there's no confusion there. So good job on you guys, iArmor, for doing this very clear, because sometimes if you ever put anything together with like IKEA or something like that, sometimes it's hard to read, or anything else from China. It's really hard to understand what's what, so I appreciate the clarity on that. So let's get it done. Another amazing step that these guys have done was they actually wrote out and separated all your nuts and bolts into one bag and just said, hey, here's all your hardware for your step pad installation. So you know, obviously it says you're gonna use 32 bolts, MX6 bolts, and I think they even have them labeled on here, MX6. I saw some labeling on the bolts earlier and I was looking at that. So good job on doing this extra step. Very cool. All right, so we're down here. I've got the sidebar, side rail, I guess, for driver's side, and I've got the steps here, and I just got the rail upside down as it is pictured in step 1, and I'm just gonna lay this on top of that little cutout for this first step part, and lay this on here, and then we're gonna start putting in these looks like T-bolts, our hardware for these, for the installation of this. So we're gonna go ahead and do that right now. Just slide them in this track. I don't know if you can see this or not, but there's a track. You see this track here, right there is a track. I might get my finger out of the way. Over here, there's this track where this is sitting on, and then so you've got holes that this will poke through, and you kind of slide it under there where you need the bolt to pop out at. So you stick that in there, and then you turn it. That's what it says. And we'll do that all the way around. And go to the other side here. Just make sure you get the right flanges. They're just little T-bolt looking things. They're the only one that fits in this little track. What I'm gonna just kind of eyeball it. I'm just gonna slide them all in here first. I need 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, now that I got them all in place, I'm gonna try to do my best to lay this on here. Gotta get them all, okay. Once you got them all popped out like that, I guess you gotta make sure that they're turned. I guess you know you got them turned when they're not popping up. You know, you can't pull on them and they won't come up. So, see, if I do that, then I know I got it turned the right way. There. Okay, so all those are turned. Got to put the large flat washer, the M6 washer on here. Like, so whatever washer we got in here, I guess is the M6 washer. Put those on everywhere. Again, I'm just working from the little bag that they told me to work from. That makes it easy. All right, and then I need to put in the nylon lock nuts. So I guess let's got a little piece of nylon in there. I'm just gonna place them all on there and then come by and tighten them. All right, go ahead and just let me tighten all these down. All right, these lock nuts. What is that, 10mm socket? I wonder probably will want the same thing. What the heck is your... All right, let's do the back step. I won't record it, it's just doing the same exact thing. Okay, so we got this all installed here. We got the steps on to the rail. And so we're gonna move on to step number 2. Just wanna let you know I got that done. Both of these on here, so let's go on to step number 2. All right, so step number 2 says we need to remove the factory hex bolts if equipped or plugs for your mounting areas. So let's see if we can see under here with me. So right there, I don't know if you can see my hand or not. Yeah, right here and there is what I'll remove here. Sorry for the camera work. Right here, if you can see that. Right there. And where are the other 2? And one there and one there, looks like. These 2 a little bit further apart, but those are it right there. If you can see that. That and that. I just popped those out. So they just like just pop out. So let's get the other 4 done. Okay, so we're at the driver's side, the bracket, and so I've got the driver's side mount, clearly labeled driver's side mount, DFM, and we're gonna mount this right here. See my 2 holes right there? I'm gonna mount this like that. I don't know if you can see that, with this arm sticking out. Put those 2 holes, and the hardware I'm gonna need, the bolts, is this hex bolt here. That's the 30 hex bolt with a locking washer. You can see that, and the flat washer. So the flat washer and the locking washer as well. Okay, I'm gonna put that on there. Okay, just to clarify on the sequence here. So you got your locking nut and your flat washer on top going in that way. Finger tighten that as best we can. I got my 13mm socket on here. Get a couple hand turns on this. Just because I like to. That's pretty sturdy. Let's do the other 2. Do the same exact thing. I won't record it. All right, then you're gonna put the sunk hole bolts into the other oops, I just dropped that. Underside. See, this little looks like an Allen key. I think that is, but it's called a sunk hole bolt, and you just stick that in there. Fasten it on that side. Fasten it on this side, and then you get some more to do on the upper side as well too. So make sure they're aligned properly, because I got to realign this and get those in there. Okay, I'm using the 5/32 on my Allen key to use for this. So 5/32. All right, so step number 5, we're going to put our assemble step side. See, we got our brackets installed over here, all 3 of them. All we're gonna do is we're gonna put this up here like this. The bolts that we are gonna use are gonna be our T-bolts. The T-bolts that we use, a washer that they supplied, and the lock nut, nylon locking nut that they use to put on this track right here. Okay, so you're gonna take your T-bolt and you're gonna slide it in your rail here, and you're just gonna get it right to where you need it. Make sure you get a nice little, make sure you turn it once you get it in there so it stays in there. And then once you've kind of got it there, you're gonna gently lift this up and slide your bolt where you need it. There we go. Got that in there, got that one in there. And so let's get our washers on there and our bolts. So your washer's there and our locking nut, so we'll put that on there. All right, you're gonna do this for all 6 of your bolts underneath here, all the way down on all your brackets. All right, once you have everything in place, you want to get all your T-bolts in place. You got them kind of turned where you want them, finger tight. You want to slide to make sure you got these steps completely flush underneath your door. So you can see we got ours flush underneath the door. So all I'm going to do is go in here and just tighten all these up, and we should be good to go. I just like to give a little bit of a hand tight after I drill. Just how I am. Let's make sure all these are torqued pretty good. I mean, you don't want to over tighten them, but just steel on steel, so it should be okay. Okay, once you got everything installed, make sure you go through and just make sure everything's loosened enough to where you can slide things if they need to be adjusted. I had to adjust some of these things in the back here, the step back here, to make sure that there was no gap and spacing in there. So just make sure that you get all the bolts and things like that secure, the T-bolts secure. And so if you're not done with already the passenger side, go ahead and get that done. But this is complete for us, and we'll do a follow-up video on the review of this. But this is the install. So thank you very much for watching. Hit like, hit subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one.